right, so we're ready for our assignment. These are the two pictures that I ended up retouching for this car crash series, and I'm really quite excited, So you're gonna have the background pieces for both these two scenarios, and the assignment in this will be obviously to shoot a piece to go into this background. Now, the light scenario is quite simple. It's an overcast day or in the morning before the sun comes up or after it goes down. What you need is open shade. The day we were there, we planned on shooting the model early before the sun started hitting the trees. I brought a big silk in case the sun came out. I could put that over the model so I could extend that window. Talked about that up front. We got lucky and had overcast all day. So for you to shoot a piece for this, a foreground piece, it's really quite simple. Overcast day or morning or afternoon before the sun comes up. That's your light quality. Now, the camera distance, it was at, or camera height rather, it was about 52 inches when I shot my background plate. Then as I started shooting her and the last background plate, I actually lowered the camera a tiny bit. I ended up around 42 inches, I think. So there's a little bit of discrepancy there, but it's really quite close. So if you stay up between 40 and 50 inches, you should be able to either shoot a car or a bike or whatever else you want crashing into the river, spaceship, whatever you feel like. Get some smoke, put that in there. If that seems too elaborate, get a girl. Now put her in water. It's really tough to start blending pieces that don't organically seam together, especially water. So find a piece of river, find a puddle, find something that you could put this woman in the piece of water and have her walking towards camera. Now the distance, it's not measured in this because we have a lot of different distances, right? We did have the distance roughly to the car, but as I shot her walking, I zoomed out, and that would allow me to put her back here, here, or here, as long as the background was sharp enough. So the background should be pretty sharp for you. So you saw me sharpening some pieces to blend them together, but there should be a leeway here of putting her all the way back here, maybe standing on rocks, walking all the way towards the camera. So the camera distance here is a little bit on how you feel it to be. Again, you saw me lining up these foreground pieces. What I did was to take aim at the horizon line or the edge of the river, and then I could line these pieces up. I cheated it a bit, pushing it down, which is fine. It's a river. It should come down like this. So, you know, it's easier to cheat. So you can do that as well. Put someone in the water, look at where the edge of the water line up, and line it up right there, and that will kind of give you the placement for the talent that you want to shoot in. So that's number one. Go out and shoot a piece. If you don't shoot this piece, shoot something similar. Find this overcast light, shoot the background, shoot a foreground, put them together. The importance really of blending pieces we talked about during this retouch. It's color, it's contrast, and it's density. And that's how you blend pieces together. That's how you make them fit. So on the retouching side of this, I really want you to focus on those three things. Maybe start with the right-hand picture, which is fairly simple in one piece. Shoot a model, find what that is, try to tweak, the contrast, the color. When you don't find the right color or contrast balance, it's a cool little trick to take away the color on top, make it a black and white. And then you can say, okay, in black and white, do these pieces fit? And if the answer is yes, they fit, then you know it's a color discrepancy. Now, if they don't fit, it's contrast because we're taking the color out of the picture. So, exercise color, exercise contrast, exercise density, and blend the pieces together. The second part of this, which we didn't touch too much on, is the color palette. It's very deliberate and very styled in some ways. The background plates were warmer. In Capture 1, we toned it down to a deeper greenish desaturated tone. Play with that yourself. Try in that color palette. Now, this dress right here was not this vibrant red. I changed that to be a little bit redder in post. And again, it's playing with those contrasting color. Red pops against cyan. We picked a car that was similar to the palette that we wanted the forest to feel like. So be deliberate about your colors. That would be the third assignment. So, gonna sum it up. Shoot the background, that's number one. Make sure that you have an overcast light quality so that you get this moody quality. That is if you choose to use these background. Obviously, if you set another background, it's all up to you. Then when you put these pieces together, focus on contrast, density, and color to blend the pieces together. When you get that right and you have the camera height the same, you should be able to fit this beautifully. The light quality is, in this case, pretty simple. Again, it's overcast. The third piece would be to practice color. Be aware of it, find what that is for you, tweak the background to be the tone you want, and then make sure you style it in a way that will contrast that or complement it. In the left-hand picture with the car, I added 2 elements to those pictures, and I chose to complement the color of the background with the car, and I chose to go opposite on color on the talent. So think about that. Be deliberate, be conscious, find what colors you like, and then use those in your pictures. So that was a lot of talking for the assignment, but I'm excited about this. And again, I'm truly looking forward to seeing some of your work. Thank you. And that was the car crash. We're on to the next one.